CJ grab racks out the bag.
throw here. Stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it! He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40, he could go all the way! Oh my goodness! This is... So he must have had Ellen Meyer the previous one, so Abby Haig tournament. Now here is a pitch, Snidey gets it, he'll go down in the backfield! Oh! So Francisco Rodriguez will take the corner kick, bending it in, a header and a goal! Chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in! And the Cardinals. Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will down it. Here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Lewis is battling Brecklin Ellingson, and here's a shot. Outlet ahead. Gavin Roderick on the front time. Now we've got a runner. That doesn't go. Brown with the defensive rebound. Outlet back, a 2-on-1. Nice hit from it. Up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. Rebound. High school sports play-by-play competition comes your way from Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls as the Alexandria Cardinals renew their rivalry with the Fergus Falls Otters in boys basketball. These two teams were the last two standing in the Section 8 AAA a year ago. Before Alexandria was able to move on to state, the Cardinals were able to knock out Fergus Falls for a second consecutive postseason. Alexandria's win streak would be extended to 3 more in the Class AAA state tournament, capped off by the championship with a victory against Mankato East. Fergus Falls, among some of the other teams in Section 8 AAA, are probably quite happy that Alexandria is no longer back to defend that section championship. However, Alexandria is a defending Central Lakes Conference champion, sharing that title last winter with the Sauk Rapids Storm, and the Cardinals look to be a pretty tough team to beat in the CLC again in the winter of 2025-26. Good evening and welcome to our broadcast of the Juettner Motors Pregame Show. Prior to our varsity play-by-play, which will be coming your way in the 7 o'clock hour, Alexandria at 5-3 on the year, facing Fergus Falls, which is presently at 1-6. I am Dave McClurg, and let me introduce some of the crew helping to bring you tonight's broadcast on our latent media platforms. At KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria, we have Jackson as our studio engineer. And then the crew on the site at Kennedy Secondary School includes our videographer, J.P. Boline, working behind the camera tonight. And then the two talkers, if you will, are a good friend of mine, a longtime basketball broadcast partner. I've known him for probably about half of his life overall. Russ Hinrichs, first of all, Happy New Year. I hope you and your family had a great holiday season, and great to be connecting with you for some Cardinal basketball here on these chilly January nights.
Absolutely, D-Mac. Happy New Year to you and JP, and to Jackson back in the studio. It's great to be back, and yeah, January and February in Minnesota, they can get a little long, so it's great to have those nights in the gym, and tonight should be another one of those great nights. As you're right, the Cardinals take on a longtime rival in the Fergus Falls Otters.
Now, obviously, from last year's section final, there are some important people that moved on with graduation. Now, Alexandria lost, two very important seniors, Samson Hagstrom, and then the man who would ultimately become Mr. Basketball in Minnesota, Chase Thompson. But Fergus Falls really had a dynamite 1-2 combination last year with Henry Bethel and Ryan Hurst, as they're now off on other endeavors and everything. So as I look at Fergus Falls, this is a team that I think is going to find its identity a little bit later in the year. This might be a very difficult matchup for the Otters, even though the game is being played in Fergus Falls. But if you're Alexandria, you know what a good tradition that Fergus Falls has, and you got to figure that Matt Johnson will have his team ready to play tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Fergus had a really good senior class last year. You mentioned Hurst and Bethel, and they had a really good group, and they were going to be the team really that down at the end was going to be, was going to keep us from getting to the state tournament if we wanted to, and the Cardinals were able to beat them in that section championship game. And there's a lot of respect between these two programs, and if there's anything that the Cardinals have found out here in the first 8 games, is when you're the defending champ and when you've, the defending conference champ and you've won the conference for a while, that you're going to get everybody's best every night. And that has been the case through these first 8 games. And I'm sure that'll be the case tonight. Fergus is going to be ready to go. They're coming off their first win of the year. And so they're going to be excited to play the Cardinals in their home gym.
As you watch tonight's proceedings on the YouTube channel, our broadcast situation, in essence, we're in the northwest corner of the main gymnasium. I think they call it the Gold Gymnasium here at Kennedy Secondary School. And so we're opposite of the 2 player benches and the scorers table. So as you watch on YouTube, Alexandria's bench will be kind of off on the far left side of the screen, and Fergus Falls' bench will be the ones in front of us. Russ, I joked ahead of the broadcast here, I probably should have been a little more color neutral because there is a tremendous amount of maroon and gold that will fill in these seats as we get deeper into the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. The Fergus crowd, and their fans in general, they're very supportive of their team, but they're also one of those crowds that, they respect the opponent and they always treat us well when we come here. And and it's fun. It's a fun place to broadcast. We're kind of up in the corner here, so we get a nice vantage point. And I'm looking forward to it. Should be a fun basketball game.
Again, we'll have play-by-play probably right on time or very close to on time, around 7:15 for the varsity matchup between the Alexandria Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters. Special thanks to Juettner Motors for presenting our pregame coverage. A big thank you as well to the other boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, helping to bring you this evening's coverage live from Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls. We'll take a timeout here, and then when we return to Fergus Falls, you'll hear my pregame conversation with the head coach of the 2025 state champion Alexandria boys basketball team. Forrest Witt will be up next. But right now on our platforms, let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
We welcome you back to Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls with more of our Juettner Motors Pregame show here on People Radio, KXRA, and also live streaming on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Coming up in just a little while, we'll have the play-by-play of the varsity boys basketball matchup between the Fergus Falls Otters and the Alexandria Cardinals. The head coach of the Alexandria boys basketball team, Forrest Witt, is joining me right now. Our pregame coach's comments are brought to you by Alamere Health. And Forrest, in essence, your team has completed about 1/3 of the regular season schedule, 8 games against some really quality competition. As you look at the record being 5-3, getting deeper into calendar year 2026 here, are you feeling good about the team, especially with one of your starters, Talon Witt, having missed several games so far?
Yeah, we obviously, with Talon being out, having just played Tuesday night against Moorhead, his first game back, with a lot of different pieces, inserted into the lineup, especially looking for a lot right away with Talon out and obviously looking at what we lost with Chase. So really trying to establish with 2 key guys, obviously we knew Chase was gone, but having Talon out wasn't suspected. And, I feel pretty good about where we're at. Obviously, our 3 losses are to, top 5 teams in Class 4A, and we had chances in all of those games. So it wasn't like we were blown off the floor. We were right there, tied up in each of those games, with 2, 3, 4 minutes left to go. So that's encouraging. We just have to be more consistent, I think, in finishing games. That's been something that, when we get and we make a run, to not relinquish that. We've been able to hold on in those games, but I'd like to see us continue to extend that lead, or continue to play well, more importantly, and the lead will take care of itself. But yeah, I feel good about where we're at, and certainly we've had some difficult games, and we just got to continue to try to get better each time out.
One of those difficult games was at Alexandria Area High School 2 nights ago. And obviously when the Cardinals play the Moorhead Spuds, now it has a little more importance, being that the 2 teams are common opponents in Class 4A Section 8. But it seemed there, again, Forrest, a game that's tight right down to the end, and your team comes out 4 points ahead of Moorhead at the end. Ultimately, what did it take to hand the Spuds their first loss of the year in 10 games?
Yeah, I thought we again, much like the Sartell game and the St. Cloud Tech game and the Apollo game, we built a substantial lead. Against Moorhead, it was 14 points with 8 minutes to go, and that's a pretty substantial lead against a good quality team like Moorhead. And and again, good teams are going to make plays. They did. It wasn't that we had a complete fall apart, but I would have liked to see us continue to be a little more aggressive and assertive. But at the same token, we played probably 7 guys. Talon was on a pitch count, and so our guys were tired, certainly, but that's just something we got to learn from. And certainly a quality win when we only played Moorhead once, and now in the same section, and goes to a coach's vote at the end in March, which is a ways away. But certainly a good win, and we played well in stretches of that game, and now the goal is to build that more consistently.
Regarding Talon Witt's participation on Tuesday night, I think you made the reference, and that kind of dovetailed into a question I was going to ask. How good were the minutes that Talon did have on the floor on Tuesday?
Yeah, it was great to have Talon out there. Obviously, very, very good player. Extremely well-rounded. Just just his ability to move the ball, defend. You could tell he was rusty, which we knew was going to be the case. Not having played in a game, since last season, AAU season, obviously. But just from a conditioning and getting his legs under him, But that was a good starting point. He certainly gave us good energy, and obviously a key part to what we're going to do this year. So great to have him back on the floor, and now it's just, like you said, getting in conditioned and continuing to build for us as a group now as we get all the pieces together.
We are visiting here with Forrest Witt, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, as part of our Alamere Health Coaches Comments segment. On the way later on in the 7 o'clock hour, we will have the play-by-play of Alexandria versus Fergus Falls in Central Lakes Conference action. Forrest, because of the realignment from last winter to this is no longer a section opponent for Alexandria, but yet Fergus Falls, I know that their graduation kind of hit them at the very top, and I see the Otters have just one win in 7 games so far, but that was 2 nights ago. But what is your read on what you've been able to tell of the Fergus Falls Otters of 25-26?
Yeah, they've struggled in the win-loss column, but they've played a lot of close games. They watching them play on film, certainly 3 or 4 games that could have gone either way very easily, and they have a lot of new faces playing a lot of minutes, and I think they're just kind of figuring things out and exactly who they're going to be, and that just takes a little bit of time. So very well coached team, proud program, been very good years past. So we're looking for them to come out and be ready to go. Certainly they have nothing to lose, and I expect that's how they'll play. And when you're well coached and you are young and you want to get better, that's typically what you'll see.
Now, I know that your team's had a marquee schedule, especially out of conference so far, but when you're in the gymnasium and you're facing whatever opponent it might be, such as Tech or Apollo or whomever, the Sartell Sabres, do you get the feeling that the opposing team gets fired up to play Alexandria, being that the Cardinals did win a state championship last year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's, I think back to, or you think about years where, you maybe have been in that other role, like, okay, we're a struggling team, maybe we're young, now we got, the top team in the conference, or a team that's rated or, has done some things in the past couple of years. There's always a little bit extra motivation for that. And I think, having done what we did last year and having some success here in the last several years, that, I think we do have a little bit of a target on our back. And, and then the message to our guys is that's what you want. That means that you've done something pretty good. And certainly we have, and many of these guys have been a big part of that. So, you got to come ready to go, and that's what makes it fun to have, the strength of schedule that we have, and typically game in, game out in the CLC.
Regarding this matchup against the Otters, Forrest, what will you emphasize with your guys as they get out into the gymnasium? What will be the keys to success here?
I think transition for us is something that we've really worked hard on this year to try to really push the basketball. I think we have a lot of guys that can make plays in the open court. And I think, again, it's another big thing is going to be defensively defending the arc. It always seems to be in this day and age of the game, and Fergus is no different. They like to shoot perimeter shots and have a couple very good shooters on the outside. So I think we can pressure them. I think that's something that we can do within our man-to-man and our zone to get after them and maybe create some easy opportunities for us on the offensive end.
Very good. Forrest, I will look forward to visiting with you a couple of times next week, as we'll have your home games against Rocori and Sauk Rapids Rice on the air. I think that is Monday and Friday, respectively. But first things first, best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team. And as always, we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks again, D-Mac. Appreciate you.
There is the head coach of the 2025 Class AAA state champion Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, Forrest Witt. Our special guest here is part of our Juettner Motors pregame show on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, and we're also streaming tonight's broadcast with the live video and KXRA play-by-play on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Alamere Health brought you our Coach's Comment segment.
And we do thank you for joining us. If you can't be on hand in Fergus Falls to watch the game in person, we do have the two options for you tonight: the radio play-by-play on KXRA and the live video streaming with the KXRA call on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Alexandria won the junior varsity matchup. The varsity competition is only about 5 minutes away. We thank Juettner Motors for being involved in presenting our pregame show. Juettner Motors will be the presenting sponsor of our postgame report coming up after our play-by-play. Right now on our latent media platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube and on KXRA Radio, we'll enjoy these messages from our Alexandria Cardinals sports boosters.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria. Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Secondary School in Fergus Falls. Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball is on the air as you watch on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube and listen to the radio call on KXRA on your AM dial at 1490, on the FM dial at 100.3 FM, in Pope County 105.7 FM, anywhere in the world if you've got an internet connection at the Voice of Alexandria app. Powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And of course, if you've got that strong internet connection, you can always link up to us through the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube, featuring live Alexandria sports play-by-play tonight. This is one of a number of activities on the Alexandria schedule.
The Alexandria girls hockey team has made the trip down to Sauk Rapids tonight for a Central Lakes Conference game, the only head-to-head meeting this year between Alexandria and Sartell Sauk Rapids. The Alexandria Cardinal wrestlers are at home tonight, challenging Detroit Lakes and Sauk Rapids Rice. And then the Alexandria boys hockey team is hosting Sartell, while the Alexandria boys swimming and diving team is at home to the Brainerd Warriors. And again, we're in Fergus Falls at Kennedy Secondary School for boys basketball. I believe we are about ready for the presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. We will let you enjoy that on our latent media platforms as well. Our national anthem is being presented to you by Carlson Music Center of Alexandria. For any and all of your music needs, including voice lessons for students, get in touch with Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. Visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. carlsonmusiccenter.com. Again, after the public address announcer is done with the initial announcements, we will have the presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And that is straight ahead, brought to you by Carlson Music Center. Again, our thanks to Carlson Music Center for being the presenting sponsor of our national anthem. The introduction of the starting lineups is being brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. First of all, for the Alexandria Cardinals, 5 seniors on the floor to start tonight. Grady Starzl is unavailable, feeling under the weather. He also missed the Tuesday game against Moorhead. So in the backcourt, you'll have senior Mason Witt, his cousin, senior Talon Witt, also senior Gavin Roderick. The other 2 starters on the floor, upperclassmen as well, Miles Gray and Thomas Hendricks. Forrest Witt is the head coach of the Alexandria boys basketball team, presently undefeated in the Central Lakes Conference with wins over St. Cloud Tech, Sartell, and St. Cloud Apollo. The Cardinals' overall record stands at 5 wins and 3 defeats. Introducing the Alamere Health starting lineup for the host Fergus Falls Otters. In the backcourt, you'll have a senior, a sophomore, a junior. The senior is Cam Wiedrich, one of the captains, 5 feet 10 inches tall, joined by junior Nolan Festool, a 6-foot junior, and then Eston Bethel, a 5'10 sophomore. Up front, Micah Johnson, a 6'1 senior, and Jacob Jentz, a 6'4 junior. Matt Johnson is the head coach of the Fergus Falls boys basketball team. The Otters have yet to win a game in the CLC. Fergus Falls presently at 1-6 on the year. The CLC mark stands at 0-4 for Fergus Falls. But Russ Hendricks, the Otters do have a number of defeats, but they've been very competitive in a lot of their games. It's not as if they're losing games by 25 to 30 points. It's just that they've been in that range of 8 to 15 points on the opposite end of where they want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We're still early in the year, and I think teams are still trying to figure out themselves a little bit, figure out what their strengths are, what things they need to work on. So we're getting to that stretch now where teams are going to play a lot of games in a short amount of time, and this is where teams will really start to refine their season and see where they're going to be.
So as you watch on YouTube, Alexandria is wearing the white jersey tops, white shorts. Fergus Falls school colors are maroon and gold, so the maroon jersey tops and the gold numerals on the Fergus Falls jersey. Alexandria school colors are red and black. The Cardinals won the opening tap. Here's Talon Witt looking to work his way to the basket, and the dribble just got away from him, and it goes out of bounds. And the Cardinals turn the ball over on their first series of the game.
Yeah, you heard Coach Witt talk about a little bit, Talon coming back, missing an extended period of time, and so he's still kind of trying to find himself as well and getting in the flow of things, and the more he plays, the better he's going to get.
Keys to the game in tonight's contest brought to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. Fergus Falls really wants to do a good job of handling the basketball and make the outside shot. And now the first shot by Micah Johnson did not go. It rattled out. And then the follow-up by Gents didn't go, and Alexandria came down with the rebound. Now Gavin Roderick will shoot a three, and that doesn't go. Micah Johnson with the defensive rebound for Fergus Falls. Up ahead, and the shot not finished by Gents, but then the follow-up by the sophomore, Eston Bethel, is good. So a couple of offensive rebounds early on for Fergus Falls, and the hosts take a 2-0 lead. I think Forrest Witt, as he mentioned during the pregame chat, as we talk about the Alamere Health keys to tonight's game, it's, be consistent. Alexandria's had stretches of playing excellent basketball, and in a sense, I know it's kind of one of the mantras that Brett Parody, our one-time general manager, brought to me when I came on board a little more than a decade ago. Strive for excellence. And, the Cardinals can be excellent on the floor. I think Coach Witt would like to see it on a consistent basis, and that will come. So thanks to Alexandria Motors for bringing you the keys to tonight's game. Alexandria with the ball about 90 seconds in, still looking for the first bucket of the night. Handling the ball, Talon Witt gets it out top to Gavin Roderick. Roderick looking to move. Now he'll get it to Witt, or Talon Witt from the free throw line. His jumper is off. Ball out of bounds. So I think we may have a loose ball foul being called here by the officials.
Yeah, it's going to be on Fergus. I think Alex going to inbounds underneath. And that's one of the things, as we've gone through the early part of the year, just trying to, at the beginning of the game, get some flow, get some energy, get some early offense.
Here's a corner three by Gavin Roderick. That is off to the side, and Nolan Festool gets the defensive rebound for the Otters. So still 2-0 in favor of the Fergus Falls Otters. The Otters with the ball going to the basket farthest away from us. Here's a three from Nolan Festool, and he knocks it down, and Fergus Falls is off to a 5-0 start. Now Alexandria's Mason Witt has it out beyond the arc, looks to drive against Johnson, then dishes inside, and Miles Gray puts the layup in for two.
Yeah, nice look there by Mason to find Miles underneath. And again, I think it starts on defense. We just have to try to create some turnovers, get some easier looks so everything isn't so hard on offense.
Yep, Alexandria showed a little bit of zone press after the made basket. Fergus Falls did work it into the front court. Here's another three attempt, this time by Micah Johnson. And then I think Mason Witt may have come out to challenge the shot, and he got a piece of the arm, and that's going to be a foul, putting Micah Johnson on the line for 3 free throws.
And you saw, you heard Coach Witt talk about it too in the pregame, that Fergus, like most teams, they like to shoot the three, and so they're going to look to, to take those open looks, and really they got nothing to lose tonight. They're playing kind of freewheeling, and certainly they come in as the underdog with the chance to kind of get a big win here. So you're gonna get their best.
First of the 2 free throws is good. The second one took a couple of bounces off the rim and then went off to the side. So the lead is 4 for the Otters right now at 6-2. Our scoreboard updates tonight being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. One more free throw on the three-point attempt here by Micah Johnson. He does drop that in, and the Otters take a 5-point lead again at 7-2. Alexandria with the ball coming to the basket nearest us from where we're broadcasting in the northwest corner of the Gold Gym here in Fergus Falls. Talon Witt handles out top. Now the pass goes to Gavin Roderick. He'll work his way into the lane. The jumper no good. Gets his own miss. Turns around. Shot too strong.
And the rebound for Micah Johnson of Fergus Falls. So the Otters will look to build on the 5-point lead. Eston Bethel will attack. His shot off the glass rattles around and comes out. And then Mason Witt scores the defensive rebound for the Cardinals. Up ahead, Hinrichs has it in the corner now out to Mason Witt. Mason looking to drive, now feeds off to Thomas Hinrichs. Then to Talon Witt, around now to Gavin Roderick. Roderick up the baseline, then feeding across to Miles Gray, and his shot is up and in, similar to his previous basket, right along that left block.
Yeah, good possession there for the Cardinals, moving the basketball, working some of that weave and just getting the ball moving from side to side to find that open man.
So it's 7-4 in favor of the Fergus Falls Otters, and then as the ball was going to go out of bounds, a back tap went off Miles Gray, and he is taking a pause right now.
Yeah, I think he got hit in a rough spot there. So
yes, that's
no.
You never want to be hit in the family jewels.
No, and so now an inbounds underneath here. The Cardinals just have to secure the rebound. This is one of those teams that we definitely have they don't have a big man. So
a long three here, it doesn't go, and then Talon Witt gets the defensive rebound for the Alexandria Cardinals. Festool made a three-pointer earlier. Now a basket here for the Alexandria Cardinals, and that is scored by Gavin Roderick. Alexandria draws to within one. The Cardinals will show some pressure. Bethel brings it up the floor. Feeds up now to Jacob Jentz. Jentz put it on the floor, lost it. Turnover on the Otters. Outlet ahead. Talon Witt will lay the shot in, and we have our first lead change of the night. It is Alexandria 8, Fergus Falls 7. We're about 4.5 minutes into the first half here at Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls.
Yeah, those last two possessions, that's what, that'll be the difference. Cardinals get some of those turnovers, get those quick shots, the easy looks in transition.
Now a three on the right side is good for Festool, and that's his second triple of the night. The assist going to Micah Johnson, and the Otters take a 2-point lead at 10-8. Mason Witt now with the ball in the front court. He'll launch a three-pointer and knocks that down. First made triple of the night for the Cardinals comes from Mason Witt, and Alexandria takes the lead at 11-10. Now Fergus Falls works the ball up the floor along the sideline. Micah Johnson trapped. He gets it out to Bethel. Now to Festool again. This three caroms off. Rebound to Talon Witt. It's Alexandria ball. Now up ahead, Mason Witt has it. Then his pass through the lane intended for Miles Gray, but intercepted. That'll be the Cardinals' second turnover of the night. So Fergus Falls can take the lead with a basket here, 5.5 minutes in. Bethel's open for the three-pointer. That will rim off. Defensive rebound here for Miles Gray. And now the Cardinals have it. Thomas Hinrichs gets it to Mason Witt, and Mason Witt sinks his second three-pointer, with Hinrichs getting the dime for Alexandria.
Yeah, good little work there by the Cardinals. Talon finds Tom, and then Tom finds Mason, and that's just that little three-man game that those guys have been playing for a while.
12-3 spurt by Alexandria has the visitors up by 4 at 14-10. Now on the drive, Festool has his shot get wedged between the rim and the glass. That's going to create a held ball, and possession should belong to
Fergus.
Yeah,
I think we got the tap. So Fergus is going to bring in a sub here. I think you can kind of start to feel maybe a little bit of rhythm here for the Cardinals, which is good. And I think, again, some of those easy looks in transition, that just makes everything so much more easy, and it starts on defense.
Eston Bethel will play the ball in to Jacob Jentz in the lane. Jent's shot is good. 6'4" junior forward Jacob Jentz scores his first basket of the night. Alexandria's lead is 2 at 14-12. Glenwood State Bank with our scoreboard updates in boys basketball tonight from Kennedy Secondary School. Mason Witt had his three kind of hop off the rim, and then Eli Folhart, that recent substitution for the Otters, snares the defensive rebound. Now Fergus Falls will turn it over in the front court. Alexandria looks to push in the lane. Gavin Roderick's first shot no good. Follow-up is good for 2. That's going to prompt a timeout, I believe, for Otters head coach Matt Johnson, and we're going to make it a 30-second break of our own. 11-17 remains in the first half. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 16, Fergus Falls 12.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
At Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls, we're in the first half. Alexandria leads by 4. We've played nearly 7 minutes. 16-12 for the visiting Cardinals. Alexandria shows the 1-2-2 zone press here as Fergus Falls brings it up the floor into the front court. Festool will get it to Eli Fullhart. Then it comes back to Johnson. Then to Festool, and then he tried to get a quick pass over to Fullhart, and it got deflected out. Alexandria, I believe, still with its original starting 5 of Thomas Hinrichs, Miles Gray, Talon Witt, Mason Witt, and Gavin Roderick. Right now, the ball goes to Jens. Jens tries to dribble in toward the basket, and the ball went off his knee out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Alexandria.
Yeah, again, creating another turnover. You know, these 5, you mentioned these 5 seniors. These guys have been together, and they played a lot of basketball together for a long time, so it's kind of fun to see them all out there as varsity players.
Now Gavin Roderick tried to feed inside to Mason Witt, and it's intercepted. The Otters are coming back the other way. 16-12, Alexandria in front in the first half. Now here is Festool getting the ball to Fullhart. Fullhart, couple of dribbles, and he'll hand off to Micah Johnson. Johnson now with the pass to Festool, then around to the left side to Fullhart. Now to Bethel. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Bethel's shot off the side of the backboard, and then Miles Gray took the rebound. Then we have a foul called, and that may be the first one on, or actually the second one on Fergus Falls tonight. First for Eli Fullhart. And now Blake Scholl will make his debut in tonight's game for Alexandria. First substitution into the game for the Cardinals as Thomas Hinrichs will check out. Alexandria can establish its biggest lead of the night with a positive possession here. Skip pass by Roderick to Mason Witt is good for the 3.
Yeah, and you know, he had a really good game on Tuesday. I mean, and he's just, and we were down in the cities for that Christmas tournament. He, once again, was feeling really good from outside the arc, playing really good basketball. And, you know, I don't know what his percentage is from 3, but he's had a really good start to the year, I think.
So 19-12 is the score. Festool cannot convert on a 3. Rebound to Alexandria. Then another 3 is good. I think that's Mason Witt once again for Alexandria as he's now tickled the twine for 4 triples. This is going to prompt another timeout. This one will be a 60-second break on our Leighton Media platforms. We're now almost midway through the first half, and your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys basketball. Alexandria leads at Fergus Falls 22-12.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
As we come back to live action at Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls, the visiting Alexandria Cardinals have a 10-point lead. Now a trap as the ball comes into the front court. Heston Bethel gets the ball inside, and Jacob Jentz, despite being underneath the basket, is able to get enough space to put the shot in for 2.
Yeah, and we want to try to eliminate and not let the ball get in there in our defense.
Now Gavin Roderick gets open along the left baseline, make the medium-range jumper. He's got 3 buckets for 6 points, and midway through the first half, Alexandria is in front, 24-14.
And you can hear Coach Witt from over here on the other side of the court asking the players, to get up, to bring more pressure, and I think that's accurate. We bring more pressure and force them into situations they're not comfortable with.
Now here's a missed 3 by Fullhart. Talon Witt with the rebound. Now Gavin Roderick on the left side. He'll bury a 3-pointer.
And again, this is the tempo we want to play at. Just up tempo, fast, quick, force them to take quick shots, do things they're not comfortable with. This is our pace. We want to make them play at our pace.
27-14. The Cardinals now lead by a baker's dozen. Fullhart got trapped as Gavin Roderick and Talon Witt putting on the defensive pressure. Now the pass goes out to Eston Bethel. Around to the left side to Festool. Now toward Jensen. Then it's going to go into the backcourt, and that's going to be a violation. In a sense, almost like a secondary turnover there, Russ, for Fergus Falls.
Yeah, absolutely, and there it is. Just putting pressure on them, making them work hard. As Tom's going to come back in here for Gavin, and Coach Witt mentioned it as well in the pregame that right now, Grady's been out a couple of games as he's not feeling well, and so we hope he's at home getting some rest and getting better. And so right now, the bench is we're playing about 7 or 8 guys.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that combo and now Blake Scholl knocks down a 3-pointer. The team has caught fire from 3-point range, I think, starting 0 for 3, and now I think Alexandria's converted on 6 of the last 7 from 3-point range, and it's 30-14 Alexandria.
Yeah, the ball's just moving well. We're doing a good job of screening for everybody. Tom there did a nice job of screening there. There's a good almost turnover there.
Yep, Mason Witt stepping out into the passing lane as the Otters were trying that skip pass across the floor. Possession will belong to Fergus Falls. Still 17 on the shot clock. 7:29 remains in the first half. Alexandria by 16 after Fergus Falls had a couple of early 5-point leads. Now here's Micah Johnson, and the ball gets kicked. I believe that's off the foot of Thomas Hinrichs, so that resets the shot clock to 20 seconds. So a little bit of extended time. Now Talon Witt's going to check out with Gavin Roderick re-entering. I was saying earlier, Russ, before Blake hit his 3-pointer, I think Baron Damborn and Ty Miller may end up, each playing one half of the game. We haven't seen either one as of yet.
No, that's the way it's been, and both of them have been really good. They've had to fill some really big minutes until Talon has come back, and so it's been great experience for them.
Now Bethel over in the right corner, can't connect on a 3. Weak side rebound almost claimed by Mason Witt, and then the shot by Fullhart gets followed up by Jacob Jentz. Jentz will get the putback basket for the Fergus Falls Otters, and it's now 30-16.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Mason went up for the rebound. I think he got fouled there. Surprised they didn't call that, and led them to got us out of a fast break opportunity.
Now a little high-low as Blake Scholl finds Miles Gray down on that left block, and Gray scores his 3rd basket of the half. He's got 6 points, and Alexandria leads by 16.
Yeah, great feed there by Blake to Miles.
Now here's a right side 3-pointer by Eston Bethel, and the sophomore drains it. It's 32-19. Now Alexandria with the ball again. As you watch on YouTube, the Cardinals are dressed in the light-colored jerseys tonight. Gavin Roderick's 3-pointer doesn't go. Eli Fullhart up strong for the rebound. Now into the front court, it's Micah Johnson getting the ball to Eston Bethel, around to Eli Fullhart. Back to Johnson. Micah Johnson backing up, looking to drive against Thomas Hinrichs. Hinrichs cuts him off. Pass goes back out. 6 minutes to go in the half. Alexandria by 13. Fergus Falls with the ball. Now Bethel will get it into the right corner. Fullhart drains the 3-pointer. Eli Fullhart not afraid to shoot that outside shot. And he knocks down his first triple of the night, and it's 32-22. Lead at 10 for Alexandria. Here is Roderick getting now to Mason Witt. That 3 rimmed out. And the rebound to Jacob Jentz for the Fergus Falls Otters. Otters on a 6-0 run to draw a little bit closer. A basket here could narrow it to 7 or 8 points.
Yeah, and they've been able to see the ball go through the hoop, which then allows them to kind of set their defense and not let us get into our our transition offense, and I think that's the key, is we have to try to get a stop here and get back into transition. And there it is.
Yep, Bethel looking to move. Now a loose ball on the floor, and Mason Witt's going to pick it up. He's going to drive, and his layup is off the rim, but foul got called, and Mason Witt will have the opportunity to earn points from the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's the key. You know, again, just creating a turnover, getting that transition going, as that's going to be the second foul here on Gents.
Yep, he becomes the first player for either side to pick up a second foul tonight. Mason Witt, the southpaw, sinks the first of the 2 free throws. Prior to that made free throw, all of his points had been on 4 3-pointers for a dozen to start the night. Second free throw is good as well. Alexandria 34, Fergus Falls 22. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the half, and then we have a reach foul called as the ball was
I think they called it on Tom there for holding, kind of a little chintzy one there, but again, Cardinals just trying to increase the tempo here, put some pressure on them in the backcourt.
Alexandria does have only 2 fouls here in the first half of play, and Fergus Falls will once again attempt to inbound. 34-22, the visiting Alexandria Cardinals have the lead. Alexandria 5-3 coming into this game, Fergus Falls 1-6. Here is a transition pass from Gents up to Micah Johnson. He attacks from the left side and will bank his shot off the window and in. 34-24 in favor of Alexandria. And then Miles Gray has his shot blocked by Fullhart. Cam Wiedrich gets the defensive rebound for the Otters. So Fergus Falls kind of hanging in, down by 10, 4.5 minutes to go in the half. 3-point shot will be off kilter for Micah Johnson, and Miles Gray has the defensive rebound. Now we've got a ball turned over. Now the outlet pass, and Thomas Henricks able to get it back with a nice save. Mason Witt now gets it up the floor to Gavin Roderick on the right wing. His 3 doesn't go. Blake Scholl up strong for the rebound, and he is fouled. And as he is fouled in the act of shooting, he'll be awarded a pair of free throws with 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and that's going to be 3 on Gents, and that's a nice little transition session there, as Tom did a nice job of hustling back to save that one, got it up. Blake with the rebound and a chance here at the line.
Free throw number 1 is no good. I may make an executive decision here. I'm going to Thomas Henricks back tap there to keep that possession going for Alexandria. That's good hustle. I'm going to make that the Culver's play of the game.
Sounds good. I know he'll appreciate that, and I appreciate Culver's always giving us those good sponsors and for play of the game. And yeah, I mean, those are the hustle plays that this team has been kind of known for over this last stretch of good basketball, and just need to continue to have more of that as Blake knocks down the second one.
So he gets 1 of 2, and Alexandria's lead is 11. Now the Cardinals really stepping up the defensive pressure. The Otters get it into the front court. Bethel looks to attack. Somehow, Thomas Henricks did not get a charge taken there, as Eston Bethel will attack, and he'll score the bucket for Fergus Falls. Now Henricks will take the outside shot, and he knocks down the 3-pointer.
Yeah, nice job there. And again, yeah, I'm surprised that Tom didn't get that one either, but Tom hit a couple of threes there against Moorhead, and I think he's feeling good there about his shot, and that's going to be so key for our team, because we know the guys that are normally going to score, and we just need those other scores.
The drive to the basket by Micah Johnson doesn't go, and Blake Scholl rebounds. Now Scholl to Henricks to Gavin Roderick through the lane, and Roderick will lay it off the window and in for 2.
Yeah, more good basketball there for the Cardinals. They're sharing the basketball, they're moving it, it's creating layups, it's creating opportunities for their teammates, and that's what you love to see. There's another one.
Yep, turnover on Fergus Falls, lob ahead, and Gavin Roderick will put it in with a 2-hand flush for Alexandria. The lead grows to 16.
And again, I don't mean to repeat myself, but that all starts on defense. Our turnovers, creating turnovers, I should say, and getting easy opportunities.
Meanwhile, a 3-pointer is off target by Eli Fullhart at the other end. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go back to the Alexandria Cardinals. Now we'll have Blake Scholl checking out as Talon Witt re-enters. So I believe it's the original starting 5 of Mason Witt, Talon Witt, Miles Gray, Gavin Roderick, and Thomas Henricks for Alexandria. Undefeated in the CLC, presently at 3-0 in the conference. Overall mark at 5-3. Over out top, the three by Mason Witt, no good, but Miles Gray gets the rebound. Then on a short jumper, Mason Witt will put it in. A 2-point basket gives Mason now 16 on the night. And it's 44-26. Biggest lead of the game right now for Alexandria with just over 2 minutes to go first half. In the right corner, Wiedrich with the basketball, now dribbles out to the wing, gets the bounce pass to Micah Johnson. Then to Wiedrich, then around to the right side, and bounce pass attempt. Festool was trying to back tap it, and he nearly got Miles Gray in the family jewels again.
I know. Poor Miles.
Yes, he missed it. It missed the jewels, I should say, but then Gavin Roderick makes another three, and I think we're going to have a timeout called here, and the timeout, I believe, is going to be called by the Fergus Falls, so that's a third timeout here in this first half as Alexandria has raced to a 47-26 lead. So Coach Matt Johnson having to take 3 timeouts here in the first half, and I think, Russ, you've kind of reiterated it periodically through the broadcast. It seems like a lot of what we're seeing right now as Alexandria's balloon this lead, it all starts with the defensive pressure.
It does, and this is where you're at. This is where this team is at its best. You look at the score, and we have 47 points, and that's the number. We beat Moorhead on Tuesday, scoring 90. And if we're going to win some of these games against some of these really good teams, that's the level of offense we need, and it starts on defense. It's too hard to try to execute all the time in the half-court set. You need to get some transition buckets, and that has happened today. And, looking at there's another one.
Yep, and Talon Witt taps it over to Gavin Roderick. Roderick does a ball fake, and his reverse layup is good. And now Roderick is up to 18 points. And he's the team scoring leader at the moment here. Fergus Falls as a team has 26. Mason Witt and Gavin Roderick combined have 34. Another turnover on the Otters, and that's going to lead to one layup attempt that doesn't go. Another one doesn't go, and then Eli Fullhart has the defensive rebound.
Yeah, that's too bad there. Tom did a nice job there intercepting, but it's good. Take it to the rim. See if you can get it in, and on a foul here.
Yep, Micah Johnson taking it strong to the basket there, and he gets fouled. 2 free throws will be coming with 78 seconds to go in the half as Mason Witt now has 2 personal fouls.
And it looks like we must have called one of those timeouts, D-Mac, because they've got us with 4 and them with 3. So I thought they were both by Fergus, but we must have called one.
Yep, so I'll mark that in Alexandria's favor here. And so, and I know it is not uncharacteristic, and I've actually seen a number of basketball coaches do this, take a timeout after making a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Forrest will do that sometimes just to kind of, send a message that this is what we want to do or get us reset offensively or defensively.
1 of 2 from the line for Micah Johnson, so the lead for Alexandria is 22 points. Cardinals with the ball and straight on. It's a 3 by Gavin Roderick. That does not go. Nolan Festool with the defensive rebound for the Fergus Falls Otters.
Yeah, the Cardinals have played such a good half here. Let's just close this out over this last minute.
Yep, and now a pass gets tipped. Could be another flush. There it is! As Gavin Roderick will put it down after getting the steal. 20 now for the senior Gavin Roderick. At the other end, a 3 by Festool in the left corner is good. Festool buries the triple, and it's 51-30. I get the feeling on this particular night, Russ, a shot clock is not necessary.
No, that's for sure. And, for Fergus, they're going to need to obviously continue to, they've made 5 threes, and they're going to need to continue, to make as many as they can as we're going to try to run one last play here.
Yeah, ironically, the shot clock is off the remainder of the first half, so we're down to the final 10 seconds.
Yep.
Out top, Mason Witt handling the ball, trying to drive against Fullhart. Then it goes on to the wing. A 3-pointer by Gavin Roderick is good. And that will beat the horn as Alexandria puts 54 on the board in the opening half and takes a 24-point lead into the locker room. Our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report is straight ahead on our Leighton Media platforms after we enjoy some words from our Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters. But let's get you to the break by repeating the score. In boys basketball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria 54, Fergus Falls 30.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
At halftime in varsity boys basketball inside the Gold Gymnasium at Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls, Alexandria has a 54-30 lead over the Fergus Falls Otters. Welcome to our mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods. Along with our videographer, J.P. Boleen, and my broadcast partner, Russ Henricks, I am Dave McClurg. And Russ, a real solid first half for Alexandria. I know the Cardinals a little bit sluggish in the first couple of minutes. I think, at the 3-minute mark, Fergus Falls was up 7-2. The Otters got a little bit of an offensive flow, but then it seemed like over the last 14 or 15 minutes of that first half, Alexandria's defense was able to kind of raise its level of play, and it seems like the Cardinals got the flow of the game where they want it right now.
Absolutely, that's the key. It's tempo, it's pace, and we, throughout the course of this first part of the year, we just have not had many moments where we've played the game at a pace or the tempo that we're looking for. And a lot of that is, we've been kind of piece everything together until Talon comes back. And now with Talon in there and those 5 seniors playing together, and they've played together and they've played so many games together over the years, you can just see that they're comfortable. They know where each other's going to be. They're all connected defensively, and then we create those turnovers which lead to transition baskets, which leads to 54 points and a half. And when they play like that, it's a lot of fun to watch.
And you made reference, I think, during the first half of play-by-play. These 5, the core starters for Alexandria in tonight's game, they are so familiar with one another because they've played a lot of basketball with one another.
Absolutely. It's been, 9 years, 8-9 years that these guys have been playing together all the way back to 3rd grade through travel basketball. And a lot of that time it's been Forrest and then Zach, who have been the coaches. And so these guys know each other. They know how they're going to move. They know how they're going to operate. And, one of the things as I was watching on Tuesday, against Moorhead, is we entered the new year last year, 2025, with 3 losses. And this team never lost again. And this year it's one of those things, it just takes 1 or 2 games. It takes one big win to kind of get you feeling good about yourself. And you can kind of feel that this team is getting close now to feeling good about itself again.
kind of a strange follow-up observation to that. Do you realize that Alexandria's first loss in calendar year 2025 was the game that we broadcast against Maple Grove last month?
Yeah, absolutely. And, Coach talked about it in the pregame. I mean, their losses are to Maple Grove, Cretin-Durham Hall, and De La Salle. And those are three of the best programs in the state. And the De La Salle game was a double overtime game. And those games were all close, and they all did that without Talon. And so, that this team's only going to get better, and they're going to be more dangerous as the year goes on. And one thing last year, if teams were going to beat the Cardinals, they needed to do it early in the year, and they found out that once things get rolling, once everybody starts kind of getting pointed in the right direction, this is going to be a tough group to beat.
Let's go through some of the individual numbers here in the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report, with Alexandria in front 54-30. Two players are in double figures for the Cardinals. Gavin Roderick with 23, Mason Witt with 16, Miles Gray with 6 points, 4 for Blake Scholl off the bench, 3 in a starting role for Thomas Henricks, and 2 for Talon Witt. The Otters had 5 different players score in the first half. Nolan Festool, the junior guard, leading the way with 9, 7 for Eston Bethel, 6 points for Jacob Jentz, 5 for Micah Johnson, and a 3-point shot for Eli Fullhart for the team total of 30. Rebounds fairly close. In fact, 16 rebounds for Alexandria and 14 rebounds for Fergus Falls. Fouls in the first half, not a whole lot called, only 7 by the two teams combined. For those of us that might be on a curfew, that's probably not a bad deal. Hopefully I didn't throw the DMAC jinx out for our officiating crew in the second half. Not a lot of free throws shot. Alexandria 3 of 4, Fergus Falls 3 of 5. We had a lot of three-pointers shot. The Cardinals went 9 of 18 beyond the arc. Fergus Falls 5 of 13. Turnovers in the half, 8 for Fergus Falls and 4 for Alexandria. We had 3 lead changes, no ties in the first half. The biggest lead for the Otters was early on at 5 points. The last 5-point lead at 7-2. Alexandria with its 24-point lead right now. That is the biggest of the game to this point for the visiting Cardinals. So those are some of the numbers to wrap up our mid-game report, presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. The second half of varsity boys basketball between the Cardinals and the Fergus Falls Otters follows these words on our latent media platforms from our boosters of Cardinal Sports Programming.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
Basketball here on our Leighton media platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube and on KXRA Radio. Alexandria leading by 24 over the Fergus Falls Otters. It is 54-30. Alexandria seeking to stay undefeated in the Central Lakes Conference. The Cardinals 3-0 in the league. Fergus Falls attempting to win a first Central Lakes Conference game of the year. Right now the Otters are at 0-4 in the CLC, 1-6 overall. If both teams go with their original starters, Alexandria will have Mason Witt, Miles Gray, Talon Witt, Thomas Hinrichs, and Gavin Roderick on the floor. Fergus Falls would have Eston Bethel, Cam Wiedrich, Nolan Festool, Micah Johnson, and Jacob Jentz. And I believe that's who Coach Johnson has on the floor for the Otters, and the Cardinals are coming out with their original starting five as well. We did have one tie-up, if you will, a ball that got ledged between the glass and the rim on a Fergus Falls shot, created the tie-up or held ball situation, and Fergus Falls got that. So Alexandria won the opening tap to get the first possession of the game, and now the Cardinals have the first possession of the second half.
I think that's kind of neat is, how many times you see that that teams are, the ball goes out of bounds there, that two opposing quarterbacks guarding each other.
Right.
And so Easton Bethel, he was the quarterback for Fergus. They had a really nice season, made it to the state tournament. And,
right.
And of course, Talon was our quarterback. So it's kind of neat to see those guys guarding each other.
So Alexandria has a turnover on the first possession. Eston Bethel will look to drive, work his way to the basket, and he banks the shot in. Of course, Eston Bethel is only a sophomore, so Alexandria will have plenty of other opportunities to compete against him on the hardwood in the years ahead. Talon Witt can't finish on the other end. Rebound goes to Jacob Jentz for Fergus Falls. Outlet ahead, here is a baseline shot by Festool that doesn't go. Eston Bethel with the weak side rebound. And now the pass goes out, but now it's intercepted. Talon Witt drops it off for Mason Witt. And the Cousins do some work there with Mason getting the finish.
Yeah, nice job there again. Just a bucket in transition, and Cardinals trying to kind of clamp down here and put an end to this one quickly, I think.
24-point lead again for Alexandria at 56-32. Here is Micah Johnson getting the ball over to Eston Bethel. He'll look to drive. Gets cut off by Miles Gray. Now a double comes. Mason Witt getting involved. Now the pass to Jentz. Jentz turns around, little up and under, and the shot is up and good. I tell you, Russ, Thomas Hinrichs actually had pretty good defense there, but Jacob Jentz just very active on that series.
Yeah, I made him work there to try to get a bucket. And
now here's a three by Gavin Roderick, and he puts it in. Getting the assist from Miles Gray. 4 3-point baskets now for Gavin Roderick, part of a 26-point night, and it's 59-34 for the Cardinals. And Fergus Falls is unable to get the ball across the midcourt line within the 10 seconds, and that will be a turnover on the Otters.
Yeah, 16 minutes to go here. I know we heard Coach Witt talk about it in the pregame, and one of the things, we've gotten down to big leads in second halves at times this year, and kind of watch them kind of dwindle away. So I'm sure at halftime they talked about, hey, let's make sure we keep this lead where it's at.
Here's a straight on three that does not go for Roderick, and the rebound goes to Jentz. Now to Bethel. He'll drive to the basket, and he'll put it in, and he drew contact. Foul on the Alexandria Cardinals, so Bethel will go to the line for an and one opportunity for the Otters. Gavin Roderick will draw his first foul of the night. So one free throw here, and if good, that would trim the Alexandria lead to 22. It is, and it does. 59-37, Alexandria. Now here's Roderick getting it outside. Mason Witt with the three-pointer from the left wing, and he scores.
Yeah, picking up right where he left off there in that first half.
62-37 Alexandria. Still 15.5 minutes remaining, second half. Here is Festool working his way into the lane. Shot no good. Gents with the offensive rebound. He leans in and scores.
Yeah, we got to get that rebound there. We can't let them get that one.
So 62-39, Alexandria's lead 23. Here's Roderick getting it out now to Mason Witt, then into the left corner. Miles Gray will shoot a three, and that rims off. Micah Johnson with the defensive rebound for the Otters. Up ahead now, looking to drive is Wiederick. He goes to the reverse layup. That doesn't go. Mason Witt with the defensive board for Alexandria. Cardinals will push. Now here's Talon Witt getting the ball, sending it over to Thomas Hinrichs on the left side. Now to Gavin Roderick curling in. Little move to the basket. Shot off the window is good.
Now being real aggressive there offensively, getting to the basket. And again, we got this lead at 25. We just can't give up any more second chance opportunities here.
64-39 Alexandria. Cardinals have led much of the night after Fergus Falls got off to a 7-2 start. Now out top, Micah Johnson handling the basketball for Fergus Falls. He'll look to attack. Going to the basket. Ball got partially blocked, and then Jens had his shot swatted away. Roderick getting the board and the block as well. Now the ball comes to Talon Witt and then out to Mason Witt, but as that pass is made, an offensive foul is going to be called on Talon Witt. And that will be his first of the night. And the Cardinals turn it back over to Fergus Falls. Now Eston Bethel will get it inside, and we'll have an offensive foul, and I think that may be number 4 now on the Otters junior, Jacob Gents.
Yeah, and there it was, and Tom did a nice job of anticipating, putting himself in the line of fire and picking up a charge there, and that's good to see. He'll get up and shake that one off.
Yep, and Coach Matt Johnson has to go to the bench. Gents will be down as Eli Fullhart re-enters for Fergus Falls. Alexandria 64, Fergus Falls 39. Now pass inside, and this time it's going to be a score for Talon Witt.
Yeah, nice job there, Talon, just kind of slipping that screen and Mason finding him, and that's good to see. Again, just good basketball, sharing the basketball, and that's when this team plays its best.
66-39, and now the Cardinals get it back. Coming the other way is Mason Witt. Shot no good. Weak side rebound by Gavin Roderick, and he'll put the follow-up in. Roderick now up to 30 on the night. Here is Isaac Johnson, or Micah Johnson rather, passing inside. It gets intercepted. Now a long three by Mason Witt. That doesn't go. Miles Gray with the offensive rebound. Back out, and Thomas Hinrichs knocks down a three-pointer.
Yeah, nice job there by Miles. Finding Tom and knocking it down, no hesitation. Getting that lead up to 32.
Yep, 71-39 for the Alexandria Cardinals in the second half. Eston Bethel will look to drive. His shot doesn't go. Miles Gray tried to keep the rebound, and instead it's going to be Eli Fullhart collecting it underneath, and Fullhart will put the shot in. 30-point lead now for Alexandria. Oh, nice no-look pass by Talon Witt. Coming across to Miles Gray, who will score the basket. I think Alexandria is going to take a timeout here, and we're going to make it a break of our own. I believe this will be a short timeout, so a 30-second break for us. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys basketball in the second half. Alexandria leads at Fergus Falls, 73-41.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
This is People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, And we have the live video stream on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Our thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of Alexandria Cardinal Sports Play-by-Play. After Alexandria takes the timeout, the Cardinal defense forces a turnover. Here's a 3 on the right side by
Max Jansen getting in the game here. That's great to see.
Yep, so that doesn't go. Fergus Falls able to secure the rebound here and coming the other way.
Now, Max is a senior, and he's worked hard in practice. It's great to see him get an opportunity here to play with some of his teammates and his buddies, and no hesitation there, trying to hit the open shot, and that was a good look.
Yep, also Blake Scholl in. Inbound pass by Fergus Falls, intercepted by Hinrichs, and Alexandria has the ball, but then the Cardinals will turn it back over. Here comes Bethel getting it up to the right side. Kellen Funkhauser on the right side drains the three-pointer, so he gets his name into the scoring column, and it's 73-44 Alexandria. Ball worked around Jansen, gets it to Thomas Hinrichs, now to Mason Witt. Then back to Jansen, left side, jumper is no good. Rebound to Nolan Festool of Fergus Falls. Now up ahead to Funkhauser. Now it's back to Aston Bethel. 11:20 to go in the second half. Alexandria leading by 29. The lead has been as big as 33. Now out top, Micah Johnson gets the ball to Bethel. Bethel looking to make a spin move. He's cut off. Fullhart now has it. Then into the corner, looking to drive, and a fadeaway is up and good. Festool made a very difficult shot despite excellent half-court Alexandria defense.
Yeah, they've made some tough shots tonight. The Cardinals have done a nice job at times of bringing that shot clock down.
And there's an NBA range three-pointer for Mason Witt. Mason Witt scores, and the lead is 30 for Alexandria at 76-46.
Yeah, those guys are going to battle it out, make your decision tough for player of the game. Mason and Gavin, those guys have both just lit it up from three-point range and really done a nice job tonight.
76-46 for the Alexandria Cardinals, and now we've got a foul, I believe, called along the sideline, and it will be on Jansen of the Alexandria Cardinals. Now we'll have a player substitution, actually a couple of players in. Gavin Roderick and Talon Witt, joined by Blake Scholl, Mason Witt, and Max Jansen. Fergus Falls, meanwhile, has on the floor right now Eston Bethel, Nolan Festool, along with Kellen Funkhauser, Micah Johnson, and Eli Fullhart. And now here's a turnover by the Otters. That leads to a layup by Gavin Roderick at the other end.
Yeah, it's hard, you know, one way to describe Gavin, when that ball is loose or that ball is on the floor, it's in the open court. I mean, he is just aggressive. There it is again, just attacks the ball. Great find. Oh, Max.
Yeah, and Roderick was looking to get the helper for Max Jansen, and the ball went through his fingertips, and it's coming back the other way. And now we have a foul called on the Alexandria Cardinals, meaning free throws here for Fergus Falls.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those opportunities. And again, Max, I'm sure he's excited. Just got to slow himself down a little bit and keep working hard and keep hustling up and down the floor. Those opportunities will come, and he's going to knock one down here.
Eli Fullhart gets 2 free throws here, and he sinks the first. Blake Scholl picked up the personal foul for Alexandria. Coach Matt Johnson's going to bring Jacob Jentz back in with the 4 personal fouls, as I believe Festool will sit down. 31-point lead for the visitors, and it is still 31 as the free throw is missed. Talon Witt with the defensive rebound. Mason Witt gets it over to Gavin Roderick. Roderick on the left wing has his 3 rattle out. Battle for the board, and it's going to be taken by Fergus Falls. Then the outlet pass by Micah Johnson ends up being tapped out of bounds, and it will belong to the Otters.
Yeah, the Cardinals are going to kind of call off the dogs here, so to speak. They're going to go back to playing their man-to-man defense here and seeing if we can just play good man-to-man.
Now looking to drive. Jentz had his shot blocked. I think Max Jansen might have gotten a hand on it. Now he scrambles to the floor trying to get the loose ball, and eventually Scholl is able to come away with it. Pretty good hustle there by Max Jansen. Now at the other end, Talon Witt will record a layup for Alexandria, and the Cardinals have hit 80 points with 9:20 to go in the game.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, how that wasn't to travel, I don't know.
Either. They're going to have to get a timeout, I think. Here.
Yep, Matt Johnson's going to take the timeout. This will be a short one, so we're going to make it a 30-second break of our own. 9:13 remains, second half in boys basketball. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's Alexandria 80, Fergus Falls 47.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Back inside the Gold Gymnasium at Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls, along with Russ Henricks, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. We have our videographer JP Boleen on the camera tonight. On the inbound pass, Jacob Jentz does a ball fake to get the defender airborne. Jentz knocks the shot down and he draws contact as a foul gets called on Alexandria, meaning a free throw here for Jentz. And that is off the heel of the rim, and loose ball, and Blake Scholl got the rebound. I did not see who got that last foul for
I think
Alexandria.
it was on Gavin.
Okay, Gavin Roderick. So, yep, his second of the night. So, actually, I think they ruled it on Max Jansen, as I see on the scoreboard right now. So, I believe they still have Roderick with one foul and Max with two.
They did. You're right.
And now we're going to have possession back to Alexandria, or back to Fergus Falls, I'm sorry.
And this is that stretch here now. The Cardinals lead by 31. 8 minutes to go here. Just want to continue to play good basketball. Good block there by Blake.
Yep, goes out of bounds off the block shot, but Fergus Falls will play the ball in. Alexandria in front as the Cardinals will stay undefeated in the CLC once this night is through. Turnaround shot altered by Blake Scholl, and the rebound to Gavin Roderick. So Blake got a couple of blocks on that possession. Now the Cardinals have it. Here is Roderick getting it to Henricks out top now to Talon Witt. Then around to Scholl. He'll shoot the three, and that's going to be short. Max Jansen gets the rebound, feeds off to Blake Scholl, who gets the layup for Alexandria.
Yeah, nice play there by Max. Two phases to that one. Did a nice job of getting the rebound, and then Blake did a nice job of cutting, and Max found him.
Meanwhile, Eston Bethel knocks down a triple on the other end with 8 minutes to go, and the lead is 30 for Alexandria, 82-52. Now on the drive, Gavin Roderick got hooked, and he'll go to the line. Gavin has 32 points on the night, and this is going to be his first trip to the stripe. So that's all points from the floor for the senior Gavin Roderick.
Yeah, the officials have not called a ton of fouls, as you mentioned, at halftime, and I think for both teams that's okay, right? Just allowing everybody to kind of play and just kind of let their the officials, I like that when they don't want to be the show, so that's nice.
Yep, first free throw did not go, so one more coming here for Gavin Roderick, and that is no good. Ball volleyed up. Miles Gray gets it. Now it's across. Another opportunity for Alexandria. Talon Witt looking to slash to the basket. His shot off to the side, and the rebound to Jacob Jentz. In spite of foul issues, Jentz is not that far away from a double-double. Eston Bethel, I thought it might be a clean block there for Gavin Roderick, but I think the officials are going to call Roderick for the foul. So we thought he might have gotten a second a little while ago. Now he definitively has two fouls. Yeah. So Eston Bethel to the stripe to shoot a pair. And again, he is only a sophomore for Fergus Falls. First free throw doesn't go. Now Mason Witt will re-enter for Alexandria as Gavin Roderick will check out. Alexandria 82, Fergus Falls 52. We are in the second half. About 7.5 minutes to go. Free throw around and off, so for two for Bethel. Miles Gray with the rebound, and he now has 7 boards tonight. Gray to Henricks in the front court, now to Talon Witt. Talon looking to get the ball to Miles Gray. Instead, he goes back out. Now it's reversed to the right side. Mason Witt, medium range shot, no good. There's a weak side rebound for Max Jensen. He'll kick it back out. Three-pointer by Talon Witt doesn't go. And a rebound for the Fergus Falls Otters, Eli Fullhart. Now Micah Johnson handling the rock for the Otters. Looks to pass it off, and his pass got deflected, but Bethel able to track it down right near the midcourt line. Now he'll look to attack into the lane. Shot no good. Rebound for Talon Witt of Alexandria. Off ahead. Thomas Henricks can't get the layup. Miles Gray battling for the rebound, and now it's going to be back out. Here's a three by Mason Witt, left side. That doesn't go. Rebound to Fullhart for the Fergus Falls Otters. Boy, Alexandria getting some good looks, but no shots to fall on that last series. So the lead is still 30. Bounce pass gets intercepted. The Otters turn it over for a 17th time. Lob inside. Talon Witt will get off the floor and put it down with a baby flush.
Yeah, nice job there by Talon, and nice job there by Miles, too. Just continuing to play hard and play hard till the end here.
84-52, and Eston Bethel goes to the rack and scores for Fergus Falls. 84-54, Cardinals with 6 minutes to go in the game. Now Mason Witt, a straight on three, bounces around and drops in. Mason Witt now, I believe, with 6. Actually 7 triples tonight. He's got 3 in this half, and he's up to 27 in the game. Now a loose ball, and I think we had a foul called on the Alexandria Cardinals while Jacob Jentz was attacking the basket. Talon Witt will draw the foul, and I believe that's going to put Fergus Falls into the bonus. So a 1-and-1 should be forthcoming here for the junior Jacob Jentz. Some substitutions for the teams. We'll tell you about the 5 on the floor momentarily. Free throw by Jentz is good, and he will get the bonus. Alexandria has Miles Gray, Talon Witt, Max Jansen, Blake Scholl, and Mason Witt. Fergus Falls has Eston Bethel, the free throw shooter Jacob Jentz. Also, Kellen Funkhauser is back into the game along with Cam Wiedrich and Nolan Festool. Free throw by Jentz is good. 87-56, Cardinals in front. Here is Mason Witt out beyond the arc. Now looking to drive, then feeding across over to Jansen. Three-pointer goes off, and a rebound here for Cam Wiedrich. Now into the front court, it's going to be Festool. Cut off along the baseline. He'll feed now to Bethel. Bethel trying to get space down on the baseline. Out now to Festool. His 3 rattles out. Another rebound. This time it's going to be Isaac Mock. I think I may have said Funkhauser into the game earlier. It's actually Mock on the floor, and Mock got fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, he's one of their seniors, so him getting a chance to get out there and seems to be a crowd favorite, a chance to get to the line here.
So Max Jansen picks up the foul, his 3rd. Free throw by Mock doesn't go. Talon Witt will check out. His good friend Thomas Henricks re-enters for Alexandria with just over 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I'm sure that'll be it for Talon. And again, just trying to ease himself back, going through kind of that injury. And it's tough, when you had such a good football season. And as a quarterback, you take a lot of hits, you take a lot of shots. So it's, easy to see that he needs a little time here, and he'll be good to go soon.
Alexandria has Miles Gray attacking. Shot doesn't go. Festool with the defensive rebound. Off to Eston Bethel. His 3 doesn't go. Henricks will get a rebound for the Alexandria Cardinals. Alexandria by 31 with under 5 minutes to go. Mason Witt's three-pointer is off. Rebound to Isaac Mock of Fergus Falls. I believe Mason Witt now 8 of 14 from 7 of 14 from three-point range. So 4 in the first half, 3 more this half.
My Alexandria math tells me that's 50%.
Right, yes, that's a good number. Now Eston Bethel looking to drive, and a case of happy feet there.
Yeah, one too many steps there, and sometimes you don't see officials call that, but it was good to see that that's definitely the right call there.
Turnovers nearly 2-1 favoring Fergus Falls, so that means Alexandria has forced the Otters into 18 turnovers. The Cardinals with 9. Blake Scholl's 3 doesn't go, and then the ball off, I believe, one of the standards, and that's going to be out of play. So back to the Fergus Falls Otters. Might we have rims on both baskets at the moment here? It seems like we've been on 87-56 for about 6 straight possessions between the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, both teams just trying to, almost 4 minutes to go here and get through without anybody getting hurt. And
yeah, the Otters will still be looking for their first win on the conference schedule. They will not be able to post back-to-back wins after the triumph over Little Falls on Tuesday night here in Fergus Falls. Foul gets called on Alexandria's Blake Scholl, and we'll have a bonus situation coming up for Jacob Gents. Now Coach Forrest Witt will go a little bit deeper on his bench. I believe most of the starters out of the game now. Ty Miller is in. Graham Odlin getting some court time. Free throw is good for Jacob Gents.
Yeah, Bear Amborn in the game and Levi Gibson in the game. And so, yeah, these 5 guys, going to come out here. This is kind of that next group probably as you look to, I think you've got 3 juniors and 2 sophomores. And so these guys are working hard in practice. And so good to see them get out there, get an opportunity.
Gents makes both free throws, and he'll check out as the Otters will go a little bit deeper on their bench. I believe John Abraham's now in. And I think the starters for both teams now out of the game on each side. So reserves the rest of the way. Left side, here's Graham Odlin handling the ball. Out now to Ty Miller. 3.5 minutes to go in this one. Alexandria by 29. Out top, now looking to drive. Baron Damborn cut off, feeds inside. Shot is going to be a little bit short by Gibson. Gets the offensive rebound, though. Then it comes back out. Now a shot is up and good.
Yeah, nice job there by Levi to get the rebound, a ball reversal, and Ty aggressive to the hole for a bucket.
Yep, Miller scores, and it's 89-58. Now loose ball. Oh, I'm sorry, Cam Wiedrich is one starter still on the floor for Fergus Falls. He's one of the captains for the Otters. I believe the other 4 players for the Otters are reserves, including Micaiah Abrahamson, along with Isaac Mock on the floor right now. Joel Nelson getting some court time as well. Loose ball, and the Cardinals will recover on the 19th Fergus Falls turnover of the game. Alexandria by 31 with 2.5 minutes to go. Blake Scholl getting the ball now to the right side. Miller's three-pointer doesn't go, and Cam Wiedrich with the defensive rebound for Fergus Falls. Alexandria was able to build a 24-point lead at halftime. Got it briefly over 30, and that's where it's at right now. 31 points, 89-58. Now a near steal attempt here for Baron Damborn. Ball tracked down by Joel Nelson. Nelson, spin move, turnaround shot is going to be short. Defensive rebound here for Ty Miller. Under 2 minutes to go in the game now. Miller advances the ball into the front court. Alexandria 89, Fergus Falls 58. Left side, the triple by Odlin goes off. Rebounded Ty Miller, then he looks to attack. Ball put on the floor, but the Cardinals have it. Here's Odlin getting it off to the left side, and I think that's Amborn making the three-point basket here for Alexandria.
Yeah, nice job there again by Cardinals to move the basketball, and Bear getting a three as Fergus is just going to take a substitution timeout here. So we're not going to get those extra timeouts you needed here.
No, we might have to stack these into the post-game break. So Jackson, you can look ahead. We're going to have some second half play-by-play ads that are going to be carried over into the post-game as we have a banked-in three-pointer for Joel Nelson of Fergus Falls. 92-61, Alexandria in front. Ty Miller will get it off now, and the shot by Graham Odlin doesn't go. Rebound to the Otters, Abramson. Micaiah Abramson for Fergus Falls, now passing over to Owen Thormundson, who just checked in at that last time out. Now Muck with the basketball, then it goes into the corner. Three-point shot is going to be short. Rebound here to Blake Scholl, and then a loose ball, and the Cardinals turn it over. Only the 10th turnover tonight for Alexandria. And now Levi Gibson's going to get a steal. He'll look to attack the basket at the other end, and he lays it in. Levi Gibson getting the recovery and then the basket at the other end, and it's 94-61. That might end up being the last Alexandria possession of the night unless the Cardinals get another recovery. Now, and here comes the recovery as Ty Miller able to get the strip. Now up to Gibson, and now Alexandria can just dribble out the clock. The Cardinals have no need to shoot the basketball anymore, and this one is going to go final as a 33-point win for Alexandria at Fergus Falls. Tonight's final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard reads Alexandria 94, Fergus Falls 61. The Otters dropped to 1-7 with the defeat. Alexandria with the victory, now at 6-3. For Jackson, our KXRA radio studio engineer, we've got those 2 minutes of ads for the second half. We will let you combine that with the post-game break to follow. So it is going to be a little bit of an extended timeout. That's going to allow us to get situated for our Juettner Motors post-game report, and that's coming up in just a few minutes right here on KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube after we enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria. Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Welcome back to Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls as we bring you our Juettner Motors post-game report. The Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team into the win column again, now 6-3 on the year after a victory over the Fergus Falls Otters as the Cardinals prevail 94-61. Hello once again, along with Russ Henricks and our videographer JP Boline. I am DMAC Dave McClurg, and we are going to move into our interview segment as part of our Juettner Motors post-game show. As one of the senior starters, Gavin Roderick is our special guest. Our post-game interview segment, by the way, being brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? The next time you're in Fergus Falls, you can visit their showroom on West Lincoln Avenue or visit anytime online at qualitytoyota.net. And we've got Gavin Roderick up on tonight. What is your number?
35.
And is that a number you've had pretty much your varsity career, or did you make a switch earlier?
Yeah, I had 14 right away because my brother had 35. 35 is kind of a family number. My mom wore it, Colton wore it, and then Dawson wore it. And then I didn't really get to have it till Dawson left. So junior year is kind of when I switched to it.
Okay, very good. So it's that family loyalty that you wanted to keep the number in the fam, so to speak?
Yeah, a little bit, and a little bit of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, not a bad choice there. But hey, Gavin, congratulations. Your team stays undefeated in the Central Lakes Conference. Are you able to kind of, in a few minutes after the game wraps up here, kind of give us your reflections on what was going well for the team here and, how you felt about your contribution to the win?
I think we just we moved the ball pretty well. Other games are not really moving the ball. I think Talon brings that piece to us kind of back, so when he's back we get a lot more ball movement, and it opens up a lot more scoring opportunities for us because they have to focus on yet again another scorer other than just me and Mason. So once they're attached to me, Mason, Tal, it opens up scoring opportunities for our posts that really aren't really on the scouting report and stuff.
I know that as this game wore on, it seemed like your team was able to, kind of get Fergus Falls sped up a little bit, some defensive pressure. I think your team forced close to 20 turnovers on the night, and, it was nearly half of those in the first half, the rest in the second half. How did you feel about the defensive performance here?
I thought we were a little slow to start, but, Miller called the timeout, and then we kind of picked it up. He said we got to get our energy. Granting told me that me up top, if I get up there, we get a lot of turnovers, so kind of just bringing the energy up and increasing turnovers.
You were able to score in a lot of different ways for the Cardinals. I think you had 10 two-point baskets, a number of three-point shots as well, 30-plus point effort on the night. Do you feel a certain rhythm, when shots are falling as frequently as they were in this game?
Yeah, so we kind of got this rule, miss 2, you got to get a layup. So if you miss 2, you got to shoot a layup, otherwise you're coming out. So if I didn't make one, I knew it was going to the rim.
Okay, excellent. We are getting together with Gavin Roderick from the Alexandria boys basketball team, our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete, player of tonight's game. He would lead Alexandria in scoring. And Russ, I'll bring you into the conversation and let you share some thoughts, and I'll circle back around.
Yeah, I thought, Gavin, great job tonight. I thought for one of the first times this year, we kind of looked like ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Defensively, we had a lot of pressure, creating a lot of loose balls, creating a lot of open floor looks, and those easy baskets in transition. I mean, you mentioned talent, right? It's fun to see the 5 of you out there together, obviously playing. Just talk a little bit about, in our defense, your role at the top. You mentioned what Coach Granning said to you. Just what are you trying to do there at the top? You're trying to cause a lot of chaos, obviously, but what is your main goal?
Basically keep the defender, or keep the player in front of you. Don't let them cut middle. Don't let them go middle. Basically force them to the sideline, and then we can get a trap, which creates a lot of, in that moment for them, a lot of pressure. So they make dumb decisions, just throw it away. So I think that's kind of my role, cause havoc.
Yep. I mentioned to DMAC, last year we came into the new year with 3 losses, and then we just kind of got rolling, never lost again. Can you kind of feel, the last 2 nights, right? Moorhead, that was a big win tonight. Can you kind of sense that you guys now are starting to get closer to where you want to be?
Yeah, now that we got talent back, I think we're in full power now. And then once we get Grady back, because he's sick right now, I think we'll be even better.
Yeah, next week you guys got 3 home games, 3 conference games, obviously a chance to continue to, get better and continue to get on a roll. What are the things you think that, not just you, but as a whole team, you need to kind of continue to get better at?
We got to bring the energy in practice. Right away at the start of the year, we kind of had slow starts to practice. We're having a couple bad practices, and, Witt got on us for that. So, after every game, he's like, it's showing in game. Kind of in the start tell, we were up 20, and then we, with 3 minutes left, kind of let up 10 points. So he's keeping the energy, keeping it on him, and staying consistent.
Nice job again tonight, Gavin. Great work. It's a good week, 2 good wins, and we'll get back at it next week.
Thank you.
Good job.
Gavin, before we let you go, obviously you were part of a state championship team back in March. Going one step further than your older brother, Colton's team finished second back in 2021. But how was that whole state tournament experience for you? I mean, playing 3 straight games against really good teams at Williams Arena. And oh, by the way, you went 3-0.
Yeah. Dreaming about it since I was a kid, that's all you ever talk about as a kid, is talking about winning the state championship and stuff. And we kind of got to experience that in 7th grade. We won the 7th grade state championship. So recreating that feeling was really fun.
I have stood on Williams Arena's raised floor, but I've never played on it. I was never a good athlete, so I can only be a spectator. But as an individual basketball player as you are, what is that experience like playing at the home of Grayson Grove and the Minnesota Golden Gophers?
It's kind of surreal, once you get out there. Lights are really bright, by the way. It's so hard. It's really, sometimes you'll look up and you just get a flash right in your face. But you can hear the echoes in the crowd, but it's not as loud as you would expect. It's pretty fun.
Is it tough to concentrate, when you're playing in a setting like that? Again, a raised floor is very uncharacteristic for a lot of basketball arenas in the United States.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's hard to shoot there, I think. I didn't shoot too great. I think I made 1 3 there. Just like the backdrop, it's kind of hard, but yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So have you been able to follow, Chase Thompson now that he's at Clemson, and seen any of Grayson Grove's games as a Gopher, especially with his team now 3-1 in the conference?
Yeah, I FaceTime Chase once, twice a week. He's been one of my best friends since about 3rd grade. So his brother Trayton played baseball and basketball with Colton, and then until he left, that kind of made us closer and stuff. Grayson, I talk to him once in a while. He'll text me, and I've been able to keep up with them. Chase had a great game last night too.
Yeah.
Hit a 3, 2 dunks, or a dunk and a layup.
Very good. Well, Gavin, great to connect with you tonight. Congratulations to you and the Alexandria Cardinals on the nice win. We'll see you Monday night when Ricori starts off that 3-game week.
All right, see you then.
Nice job, Gavin.
Very good. There is Gavin Roderick from the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete player of tonight's game. Again, Alexandria into the winner's circle tonight. Cardinals prevail 94-61. We're back with more of our Juettner Motors post-game report after these words from our boosters of Cardinals sports coverage.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
Welcome back to Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls with more of our post-game report brought to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria. The Cardinals get the victory by a final score of 94-61. Alexandria still undefeated in the CLC, now at 4-0 in the conference and at 6-3 overall. Fergus Falls with the defeat falls to 0-5 in the CLC with a Central Lakes Conference mark of 0-7. And Russ, it's always good to get together with the players after the game, but any thoughts that you take out of the chat with Gavin Roderick there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a team, they know, you're coming into the year, obviously, you can't help but you're coming off a state championship and, it's you're trying to get, I don't want to say remotivated again, but refocus maybe is the word. And you can kind of see that throughout the year, and at the start of the year, I should say. And obviously now having Talon back, he brings so much confidence and so much just reassurance to the entire team. He's a great leader, just to go along with him being a really good basketball player. And so, I think you're going to kind of see now, as that's the 9th game, and hopefully next week we got 3 home games in the conference, and this team's only going to get better. They still have some really tough tests along the way here, but the best basketball for this team is in front of them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And, so much, to strive for. What is interesting is, Alexandria will be playing, the schedule of teams that they do in the Central Lakes Conference. And those are important games. I mean, Alexandria wants to kind of get selfish and win the Central Lakes Conference title without having to share it with anybody this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that's a goal, to try to go through the conference undefeated. And then you've still got some of those other non-conference games. We weren't able to come up with the date to play Hopkins, but we've still got Tartan that we're going to reschedule, and Benilde St. Margaret, and we're going to play a team from Wisconsin that's really good, and we still have Totino Grace at the end of the year. The challenges are there, but as a conference, and we've dominated the conference over the last few years, and I know that this senior group doesn't want that to change on their back, so to speak.
Let's go through some of the numbers here in Alexandria's 33-point win at Fergus Falls. The Cardinals had 9 different players score. Our post-game guest, Gavin Roderick, led the way with 32 points. 23 of those came in the opening half. Teammate Mason Witt finished with 27. 16 of those came in the first half. 8 points apiece for Talon Witt and Miles Gray. 6 on a couple of three-pointers for Thomas Hinrichs. 6 on 1 3-pointer, 1 2-pointer, and a free throw for Blake Scholl. 3 points for Baron Damborn on a second-half triple. Ty Miller and Levi Gibson came into the game late but did not score. Max Jensen and Graham Odland also played in tonight's game but did not get into the scoring column. So Alexandria's point total of 94 had a breakdown of 32 for Roderick, 27 for Mason Witt, 8 for Talon Witt, 8 for Gray, 6 for Hinrichs, 6 for Scholl, 3 for Amborn, and 2 apiece for Gibson and Miller. Fergus Falls had a total of 7 players score as part of a 61-point output. 3 were in double figures for the Otters. Sophomore Eston Bethel led the way with 17. 16 points for Jacob Jentz. He is also an underclassman as a junior. And the third leading scorer for the Otters, also an underclassman, junior guard Nolan Festool, finished with 11. Then the scoring dropped off. 6 points off the bench for Eli Fullhart, 5 for Micah Johnson, 3 apiece for Kellen Funkhauser and Joel Nelson. Isaac Mock, Micaiah Abramson, John Abrahams, and Owen Thormondson played but did not score for Fergus Falls. Bethel was 17, Jentz was 16, 11 for Festool, 6 points for Fullhart, 5 for Micah Johnson, 3 for Funkhauser, and 3 for Nelson for the team total of 61. Rebounds, pretty much close to even. I think Alexandria +2 on the night. I think the Cardinals +2 in the first half, +2 for the game. 35 rebounds for the Otters, 37 for the Cardinals. 13 offensive rebounds for Alexandria. Fergus Falls had 11 offensive rebounds. Some of those led to putback baskets. Not a lot of fouls tonight. The Cardinals were whistled for 12, Fergus Falls for 6. As a result, not a ton of free throws. Fergus Falls went 10 of 15 from the line. Alexandria 3 for 6. 3-point shooting, the Cardinals 14 of 36 beyond the arc. Mason Witt had 7 triples tonight. Gavin Roderick had 4. Tom Hinrichs had a couple of 3-pointers. Baron Damborn and Blake Scholl each dropping in a 3 for the Cardinals. And Fergus Falls, by comparison, 8 of 19 from 3-point range. Turnovers in the game, it was almost 2-to-1 ratio turnovers for Fergus versus Alexandria. 10 for the Cardinals, 20 for Fergus Falls. The Otters had a couple of 5-point leads at 5-0 and 7-2. We had 3 lead changes early on in about the first 7 minutes of the game, but then once the Cardinals built a double-digit lead, they led by double figures. The game never got to the mercy rule. Alexandria was in the low 30s for an advantage a few times in the second half. The Cardinals outscored the Otters 54-30 in the first half, 40-31 in the second to make it a 94-61 Alexandria victory. And the Cardinals now 6-3 on the year. Final thoughts as we bring Russ Hinrichs back in. As you pointed out, Russ, really active week coming up for Alexandria. Back into Central Lakes Conference competition.
Absolutely, and that's big. I think the Cardinals now they're playing a bunch of games, probably a bunch of 3-game weeks here. Get some rhythm, obviously going to get healthy. Hopefully everybody's, feeling better. I know that sickness is kind of going through the team right now, and Grady, hasn't been in school for this whole week. So, hopefully we can get everybody healthy. Talon getting back into flow, and then it's going to start heating up here. And this is going to be a good Cardinal basketball team. They're fun to watch as always, and I'm excited for where this is going to go. And obviously next week, you and I think we have 4 games? Do we have 5 almost? We have Monday.
We have a 5-event week, and 4 of the games are basketball at Alexandria Area High
good.
School.
They're all home. That's the good thing, right?
Yeah. The longest road trip for me and JP next week down to Minnewaska Area High School for wrestling. So that's actually a closer road trip from my home area than it is to the games in Alexandria. But it's going to be fun, an active week. We've gotten 3/4 of the way through our broadcast week here, but Russ, always great to work with you. Congrats. We should point out Thomas Hendricks, by the way, got our Culver's play of the game. I just really appreciated his hustle on a back tap rebound to Blake Scholl back in the first half, and ultimately the Cardinals were able to score off of that. And, sometimes some of those, not so sexy plays in a game can be very important, too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of hustle plays, and this team is kind of built off of guys that do the little things and do the work to make sure that everybody kind of contributes to the victory, and I appreciate that as always, and appreciate working with you guys, and it's fun, and safe travels on the way back home to Alexandria, and as always, go Cards.
There he is, Russ Hendricks, the broadcast partner of mine for our Alexandria Cardinal basketball coverage. My thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming who brought you our coverage this evening of boys basketball from Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls. Special thanks to Juettner Motors for presenting our pregame show. Our next play-by-play will be a Saturday matinee from the Prime West Health Runestone Community Center in Alexandria. The Cardinal boys hockey team will host Elk River Zimmerman in a 1:30 varsity start. The Juettner Motors pregame show will be on the air at 1 o'clock Saturday, and that means Swap Shop will be preempted Saturday afternoon for our play-by-play of Alexandria boys hockey. Again, our final score, Alexandria 94, Fergus Falls 61 in boys basketball. For Jackson back at our KXRA radio studio, and for JP Boleen and my broadcast partner Russ Hendricks, I'm DMAC, Dave McClurg, saying so long from Kennedy Secondary School in Fergus Falls.